We're very excited to present you the inaugural Global Innovation Survey, which we will publish on an annual basis. And while we can't tell you about the official results yet, because the release is only at the end of April, and we will tell you all about it in our webinar on April 26th, we can tease at some of the key results that are coming out. So on the one hand, we see that businesses outside of the tech sector are more and more integrating new technologies in their business models, and specifically some technologies stand out, which we will highlight. What's also interesting is that listed and unlisted companies have different ways of interacting with startups and interacting with innovation platforms. And lastly, the Singularity score, as we quantify innovation as it happens in terms of applied innovation, varies across regions and across sectors, and there's some interesting details to be uncovered there as well. We directed the innovation survey at more than 1,000 C-level executives, and close to 400 have replied, which is a great result and gives nice and representative results. The survey is a nice complement to our approach of looking at innovation, which is identifying applied innovation as it happens today and as it manifests itself in products and services of companies. And so it's complementary in the way that it looks back at how companies are dealing with or have been dealing with innovation historically, but it also looks forward in terms of what they are planning to do in the future. And so this gives a nice all-around picture. So don't forget to sign up to our webinar on April 26th at 3:30 Central Eastern European time. Link down below. See you there. The first quarter of this year was characterized by inflation jitters, by higher global interest rates, and sadly by the war in Ukraine, which has created plenty of volatility for the market. And in this context, the Singularity strategy was down 12.5%, giving back some of its very strong historical returns, also in 2021. And this compares to global equities as measured by the MSCI All Country World, which was down by about 5.5% for the first quarter. The reasons for our underperformance this time around was really that exposures in our Singularity fund were not favorable in this quarter. For instance, energy sector, consumer staples, as well as financials have done relatively well. For illustration, the global energy sector is up 30% for the year. And these are all sectors which are very much underrepresented in our strategy because many of the companies in these sectors are secularly challenged, and we don't invest in them. Since inception in December 2017, over the last almost 4.5 years now, the Singularity strategy is up by 85%. And it's outperforming the MSCI All Country World by more than 30%. And that is an outperformance of 5% per annum, which is a very solid margin over this period. In general, the performance is very much backed by solid portfolio characteristics. We have a very profitable portfolio with attractive growth rates and healthy balance sheets. One number to remember here is 20%. 20% is the 3-year average growth rate for revenues in our portfolio. 20% is also the current profit margin of the portfolio, and 20% is the return on equity currently. The company that stood out in this past quarter is the best performing company in absolute terms in our portfolio, which was up by nearly 30%. It's a US-based company called Splunk. Splunk is a business intelligence software company. It has a Singularity score of 100%, and it operates at the intersection of a number of Singularity sectors that we cover, including big data, the cloud, artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, and also security and cyber security. Basically, what it is a platform, a very holistic platform that collects, that indexes, and that is able to analyze a whole host of data that is coming from the ecosystem of a company, including any piece of hardware and software that is time-stamped and generates machine-generated data. This data can really be ingested by Splunk and made available for analysis. And why is this important? Well, we live in a world where data is really proliferating. Data is growing exponentially and data storage is growing exponentially. And while the cost of storage has decreased exponentially, the cost of analyzing this data has actually increased. And this is exactly where Splunk comes in, and it enables companies to analyze and understand and create value out of the wealth of data that it is creating all around and really transforming businesses. Tell you something. That was crazy.